We all have a bank account, right? But do we really have any clue what's going on inside one? Well, we got a peek at some internal updates from a major bank, and let me tell you, it reveals this hidden world of strategy, security, and, well, some pretty cool innovations. So forget what you think you know. Let's pull back the curtain and see how a modern bank actually works.
I mean, we think we know, don't we? It's about deposits, withdrawals, maybe getting a loan. But that's just the front lobby. What if I told you that behind those counters there's a whole world of activity? Today, we're going past the velvet rope to see what is really going on behind the scenes.
You see, under the surface of every single tap, every transfer, there's this huge living system. And it's not just sitting there, it's constantly being upgraded to handle new demands from us, the customers, to guard against some really sophisticated threats, and to actually help shape the economy itself.
All right, first up, let's talk about the stuff that actually affects you and me directly. We're talking about real improvements, new products, things designed to make our financial lives a little bit easier and a whole lot more secure.
So where do we start? Well, how about with the backbone of the economy, all those micro and small enterprises, or MSEs? For so many of them, just getting the money they need to grow is a constant uphill battle. So how is a modern bank stepping in to actually change that game?
Okay, first big move, making it easier to get bigger loans. There's this government trust, the CGT MSE, that basically acts as a safety net. It guarantees loans for small businesses so they don't have to put up a ton of their own property as collateral. Well, the bank has now doubled the guarantee limit for this fund. It's gone from 5 crore all the way up to 10 crore rupees. That single change is a massive unlock for businesses ready to expand.
But listen, it's not just about getting more money, it's about making that money cheaper. That guarantee I mentioned, it comes with a fee, but just look at this chart. The bank has totally slashed that fee for larger loans. So a business taking out a loan, say between 1 and 2 crores, sees its fee drop from 1.2% to just 0.85%. That's real money that goes right back into their pocket.
And this idea of making credit easier to get isn't just for businesses, it's for people too, especially students. Banks are encouraged to lend to what are called priority sectors, and now any education loan up to 25 lakh rupees just automatically qualifies. It simplifies the whole process and really pushes the bank to invest in the next generation. And check this out, they're doing the same thing for home loans, but this is even smarter. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. The bank gets that a home in a big city costs way more than one in a smaller town. So they've tailored the loan limits. In a major metro, you can get a priority loan up to 50 lakhs. In a smaller town, the limits are adjusted. It's a really smart, tiered system designed to make buying a home a reality for more people, no matter where they live.
Sometimes it's the smallest changes that make the biggest difference. That little 50 rupee fee you used to have to pay to change a nominee on a government savings scheme? Gone. It's now totally free. It's a small tweak, for sure, but it removes one more annoying hurdle for people managing their savings.
Of course, the bank is always rolling out new stuff. Take this new life insurance plan. It's a term plan, which is pretty standard. But here's the twist. If you outlive the policy, you get all your premiums back. So think about someone like Jayesh, who's 35. He gets a 1 crore life cover, and if he survives until the policy matures, he gets every single rupee back. It's a safety net that's also a savings tool. Pretty cool, right?
And behind all of this tech and all these products, there have to be actual people you can talk to. So the bank has scaled up its contact center to be a true 24/7, 365 days a year operation. And get this, it offers support in 20 different Indian languages. 20! That is a huge commitment to making sure there's always someone there to help, anytime, in any language.
Okay, so that's all the stuff the bank is building for us, the customers. But behind the scenes, it's playing an even bigger role, guarding the entire financial system from threats most of us will never even see. This is where the bank puts on its security guard hat.
Yeah, because a bank's most important job isn't just about making money grow. It's about protecting it. It's about being a guardian for the whole system, enforcing the rules, and actively fighting crime.
And I mean, this gets really serious. The bank is literally on the front lines, helping to identify and report suspicious activity. These new guidelines, for example, have introduced specific red flags to help detect human trafficking. So staff are now trained to spot behavioral cues, like if a customer seems terrified, or weird patterns, like a bunch of new accounts all linked to the same phone number. This is the bank's social responsibility in action every single day.
And that protection isn't just for digital money, it's for physical things too. So imagine this.
Someone uses their property to get a loan, then tries to secretly sell it. Well, the bank has a whole process to stop that. They don't just file away the paperwork. They do yearly physical inspections and constantly cross-check with government records. It's this super meticulous process that protects the bank's investment, which, at the end of the day, is everybody's money.
So, you might be wondering, how do they make sure everyone follows these super important rules? Well, they have this concept called Zero Tolerance Areas, or ZTAs, and they're exactly what they sound like. Think of them as the absolute, non-negotiable, must-follow rules. One mistake here during an audit? Big trouble.
And these aren't some abstract ideas. We're talking about really practical stuff. Things like the keys to the big cash safe, not one person can have them both. Has to be two people. The vault, it's got to be covered by CCTV, no blind spots. And even something as simple as taking money from your account for an insurance premium, they need your signature on paper, a written consent, no exceptions. These are the hard-coded rules that protect everyone.
Okay, so we've seen the cool new customer stuff and the hardcore security on the inside. But what's the glue that holds all of this together? In our final section, we're going to connect all these actions back to the bank's true foundation, its people and its values.
At the end of the day, a bank is nothing without its people, right? That's why there's this massive, ongoing training effort happening on their digital learning platform. And just look at what they're teaching. It's not how to sell more products. The core stuff is cybersecurity, compliance, ethics, and customer experience. That tells you everything you need to know about what they really care about.
And the playbook for all of this? It's their updated code of ethics. This isn't just some dusty document in a drawer. Think of it as the operating system for the entire organization. And it's built on these 5 clear pillars that spell out the bank's promise to its employees, its customers, and the community.
And this one line from that code really just says it all. Look at those words: integrity, courage, and responsibility. It's not just telling people to follow the rules. It's asking them to embody these principles. That's the difference between a simple checklist and a true culture of trust.
And that, right there, is how it all connects. You see, those huge 10-crore loan guarantees we talked about at the beginning, they can only exist because they're built on a foundation of meticulous security rules. And all of it, every new product, every security protocol, is guided by that single ethical compass. It's all one big, connected system.
So, we started with a simple question. What does a bank really do all day? After this peek behind the curtain, maybe the better question is for us. Knowing how complex and important all this is, what should we, as customers, expect from our banks now? What's the new standard we should hold them to? It's definitely something to think about. Thanks for taking this deep dive with me.